Thank you. All right, I made it to Montour, as I told you yesterday on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, the home of the Spartans. They got the week off, and they're waiting to see who wins between Kiscari and Thomas Jefferson. I absolutely love Coach Lou Cerro. I love this school district. My dear friend Ernie Ritchie, a big supporter of this school. His boys played football here, and the coach and I go back to Seton LaSalle days. Of course, a couple of Whipple championships there. He won one here in 2011. Been there a few other times. As he likes to say, they didn't get the job done, but he's been getting the job done at a high level for years. So let's go back before we talk current. You know, I think about when you came into this great thing that is high school football as a coach. There were the Mount Rushmore of coaches that were out there. Jimmy Render, Art Walker Sr., Jim Rankin, Bobby Palco making a name for himself. Young guy, optimistic, obviously. What was it like early on, just being around some of that great coaching talent and realizing that now you had to get the job done?
Yeah, when I first started, when I was at Seton LaSalle, you're right, all them guys were big time names, and you know, I used to see them guys out at different functions and things like that, and you always wanted to be, you know, as successful as those type of guys who are great people, and so you try to mold yourself and try to be as good as you can with your players, and try to emulate those coaches.
Now, obviously, players have become coaches, and time stands still for no one. You and I both. About the time you were making a name at Seton LaSalle, I was doing my play-by-play in Eastern Ohio. I started my television career covering high school sports. Did you ever think that high school football, I mean, it was big then, but now with what we're doing on KDKA, the Allegheny Health Network, Friday night game of the week, and by the way, this week it'll be Gateway and Moon, that it would ever become this big, Coach?
You know what? I did, because I mean, every Friday night here it's packed here. I mean, it's when I first got here, the team wasn't winning a lot, and we were able to turn it around a little bit, and the place was packed each and every Friday night. I mean, this past week, I mean, there's people standing along the fence, and it was a great atmosphere for high school football, and I think that's you got the band, you got the cheerleaders. High school football is just a great thing in Western PA, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Listen, so you've been here 19 years. What a beautiful campus, what a beautiful school. Let's talk about public school and education and the teachers and administration, you being the athletic director here. Talk about it on the radio all the time. It's the greatest gift we have in America, and they do a great job here, don't they?
They do. I mean, my administration here is top notch. I mean, they'll never be outdone by anybody. We're always adding on. We just redid the front of the stadium. Our administration gives us a lot of support for all athletics. And like myself being athletic director, it's great for me, because they want every athletic team to do well, and our kids to get great grades, and which is the most important thing, and that's what makes us so successful here.
I got to talk to all the Seton LaSalle fans. I'm not going to do this interview without giving those folks a little love. What was it like being the coach for Seton LaSalle?
That's my alma mater. I loved it there. I mean, Greg Gattuso, I coached under him when he was there, and obviously a great, successful college coach now. I learned a lot of stuff from him, and then I got the job, and I had some great seasons at Seton LaSalle, and this job opened up, and I decided to accept it, and been there longer now than I was at Seton LaSalle. Been here longer now than I've been at Seton LaSalle, so it's kind of bizarre, but two great places I coached at.
You've always had a niche with certain players, obviously the guys up front, but that quarterback position, going back to Greg Kowski, and we talked about this on the radio at Seton LaSalle, you just find a way, and this young man that you've got, Jake Wolf, is tremendous. But as I like to say, what makes any great quarterback great who throws the football is more than one target. And we were talking about Batch and Fitzpatrick and Alston on the radio. So he's got a lot of talent around him, doesn't he?
Yeah, we have a lot of skill position guys that catch the ball and care, and don't care about how many touches they're getting a game. They just want to win. They just want to win games. I mean, we just got another receiver back, James Bundridge, who was hurt. We've got a tight end who catches the ball well. So we got 5 great options, plus a running back who catches the ball out of the backfield. So we have a lot of great weapons, and having Jake there, especially with him running the ball, also is a great weapon for us.
There are certain conferences in the WPIL that have a lot of history. The MAC, obviously, going back to my childhood, watching great players in the 60s and early 70s. But I think of the Parkway Conference, too, covering high school athletics, always the cream of the crop. But now with Aliquippa and Central Valley and yourself, man, this is a very tough conference to compete in, right?
Yeah, it's been like that forever. I mean, even back in the day before Aliquippa joined, I mean, each and every week was like a war. It was us, Central Valley, West Day. I mean, Aliquippa joined the league. I mean, it's been 4 years now. I mean, hey, they're a perennial power. They've been to the 15 straight WPL
Yeah.
finals.
Yep.
I mean, what a program they have there. I mean, every week's a war, and even some schools that might have a down year, you have to prepare, or you're going to lose a football game.
So how do you keep these young men focused with the week off? And it's going to be a while before you have a chance to take on the winner of Kiskari, Thomas Jefferson. And Bill Chirpek's another great coach.
Yep.
Love that guy. Great tradition at TJ. And what kills me, people will say to me, well, they had a little bit of a down year. And I'm saying, down year? The guy's back in the playoffs. So come on now.
Right.
So just what do you do now, Coach? X and O's? I mean, a little bit of time in the rain. Obviously, you're giving your players off today. But how do you spend this time?
Yeah, we'll prepare every day this week. We're going to practice every day this week, except for today, Tuesday through Friday. We'll do a lot of stuff that we haven't done for the last 8-9 weeks. A lot of technique work and keep them sharp, stay in shape. We'll prepare for both teams as much as we can, and we'll just go forward with that and see what happens.
Coach Lucero, Montour, last thing. No matter how long we've been at the game, there's nothing like postseason in the WPIA.
Absolutely not. It's the greatest time of the year. I mean, it's like a Christmas Day when you're waiting for them brackets to come out, and so it's just exciting for everybody. I mean, there's some teams that haven't been in the playoffs for a while. They're back in, and we'll see how they do and on all classifications. But it's just so fun. It just ramps you up every week.
Ernie Ritchie, I actually think he might be your number one fan.
Oh, good, because Ernie's a great guy. One of the great ones.
Makes some pretty good sausage.
Yes, he
too.
does. Yes, he does.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend, truly one of my best friends, and I'm so proud anytime I'm in his company. Lucero of Montour. Don't forget Coons Quality Food Sports Report Saturday and Sunday morning. And then Don Hall of Gateway and Ryan Lynn of Moon will join us on the show right after local news at 11 because we've got them in the spotlight. First week of the postseason, Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine Friday night game of the week. It all begins in that 6 o'clock hour with Paul Alexander. On the radio tonight, right after local news at 6, it's your Pratt Pack, KDKA 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Good afternoon.